I'll go ahead and fiddle with some of the sins in part 1 because a few of them don't make sense. First, I'm going to change the sin about the glasses because I was trying to make one of the Jeremy CinemaSins style jokes and it just didn't work because I'm not Jeremy. So instead, I will say that no news anchor should really do this to an intern. They would absolutely do this, but they shouldn't, and Trevor should have been reprimanded for that, not swearing on the set. Also, missed a sin.
But during that time, we've lost a bunch of money.
What does he mean by, we lost a lot of money? This is KBNA Network, not the Cosmopolitan Transatlantic Line. You haven't lost any money! I would think that you actually gained money from the tragedy because, you have more stuff to report about. I would remove the sins about the boss character's voice lines, but later on in the video, I remove 10 sins because Dreadlock Guy appears, so I'll just count that as removing those sins. I'll also explain why I removed a sin for the boat in the middle of the ocean. I thought that shot looked cool, so I'll remove the 2 sins about Wilbur's turn and Jersey's voice line because it sounds fine. I'll also add a sin about how on earth Lawrence was authorized to do anything as a preacher. If you've read into his story, you know that he has, like a pushover and a dementia pastor that run his other church, which is how he's able to gain a position there. But obviously Lawrence is, not a good person at all, so I don't know how the crew of the Triton allowed him to host a sermon on the ship. Also, a ship this large would definitely have a chapel, as real-life ships the same size do, so he shouldn't be hosting this just on a random deck. Also, why are half of these people here? I'm sure people like Heather and Adrian aren't religious, because that makes no sense. Adrian's voice actor in real life is Catholic, so he wouldn't even be here. And how's there already luggage in their room if this is the first time they're seeing it? Unless there's stewards or bellboys or something. And again, if Apple wants us to believe that, he has to show it. I'll expand on this further. We know that there weren't any stewards on the ship because Heather says she didn't want the room maid touching her luggage. So how did the luggage get into the room if this is the first time they've seen the room and no stewards have touched the luggage to bring it in? I'll change what I said about the Sean electrocution line because it doesn't make sense, but I don't think turning up a light would electrify him that much. And also, if he was electrified that much, he wouldn't be living to tell the tale. I was supposed to remove a sin for the lunatics line, but I accidentally put in that I added one, so yeah, I guess remove that. Why is the music so dramatic? And now we're back on track to add more sins.
British Airways 1060 land at the Isle of Man.
I think this shot of the TV lasts a bit too long, and the direction of it is every single time I've watched the movie with someone, I had to explain to them actively that we are watching a TV screen within the movie. It shouldn't have been in here.
I still don't know why that series got cancelled.
Why would Lawrence know about Sinking Ship Season 1, Episode 1 Impact? That's so dumb.
After that, Noah and Fanny were the only ones left alive.
It's Moses!
This scene is really funny, and I'm not even being biased. However, the subtitles are out of sync with the audio, so you get another sin back for that. The fact that Virginia is a fashion designer never comes up again in the film and is not even mentioned within the context of this scene. Virginia was probably the most pointless character in the movie. It should have been expanded on more. And yes, I know there was a deleted scene for that, but like earlier, it shouldn't have been cut.
West Virginia! Mountain Moss! I start in the evening.
We only made one set of audio for the TV scene, and you can hear it looping in the background.
I start in the evening. To be specific, 7 p.m.
If Lawrence starts his sermons at 7 p.m. and sermons last for 2 hours, it would be 9 p.m. by the time he wrapped up. And if we look at the scene before, it is still sunny outside. So you get a sin for that. And the sermon ending at 9 p.m. adds another plot hole, because ships depart from port at 11 a.m. So were Heather and Diane just wandering around the ship for 10 hours without putting their luggage in their room? Or going to their room at all?
No, milady, leave me alone.
Ew, big ew. Virginia, get out of there, he's a pervert.
Bet you're not so good at Commandment 6, are you?
Why would a random person know that 6 is specifically the murder commandment? And why would she even accuse him of this anyway?
Well, aside from that one time in the factory when I turned on the machine while my friend Connie was still working on it. Whoops.
Again, how is this guy a preacher, let alone allowed to travel? He's a murderer. Okay, a lot wrong with this. Firstly, the blur. Secondly, is that chocolate cake or is that steak? Third, why is Sergio so sad and why does he become happy after the ship capsizes? And finally, why is the other chef in the background doing nothing? Also, why is Sergio is like the least established character early on in the movie? Even Virginia has more to do than him. He becomes a bit more of a character later, but like he has like no establishment. He's so disconnected. Sergio should have had another chef character to talk to that we could grow attached to, and then they die in the capsize. I mean, I guess I'm like rewriting the movie at this point, so whoops, but I'll still send this because he has nothing to do. These establishing shots of the outside of the ship and the stairs are cool, but all of them last for way too long.
6-7 cents.
Sir, this is your 14th drink in the past 30 minutes.
14 drinks! How is Donnie still alive? Adding 1 sin for each of the drinks.
I am the one and only Howard Benjamin Tossig II.
Why would you introduce yourself like that?
Why do you know so much about my family?
I'm on Howard's side. First, why would you know so much about the Tossic family and read into it so much specifically? You're not Funbricks 1. But secondly, why would random tidbits about the Tossigs and the fact that they're like 25 and use canes be in the grandma's newspaper? It's so stupid.
Also, I've noticed how each one of your family members dies on a boat.
I like this foreshadowing, it's very good.
Alright, you've talked about me enough. Now, what's your story?
It's so aggressive for no reason. I like the detail that you can hear Donnie yelling in the background. I know I complained about Virginia and Sergio being underdeveloped, but holy fuck, Roy is so stupid. I hate his character. We had 2 plans for this character originally, and both of them were different and had different voice actors. The first plan was that this would be Robin Shelby from the 1972 Poseidon adventure. He would be voiced by Apple's IRL friend called Sean. Yes, Sean, like Sean. And he was like sacrificing himself on the ship to stop the deaths, but it didn't work this time. And then plan B was to have him be Trevor Evans, and he was coming back to get revenge on Wilbur, and if you look at the designs, they're pretty similar. But plan C was Roy. Oh my... Dude, Roy just had nothing to fucking do until like the 3rd act.
Why not?
Chaos.
These lines being back-to-back is ridiculous, but it's sent off for both of them. Random time skip.
I ran into a crew member and we talked.
The crew member is supposed to be Sergio, and I'm going to add a sin because we should have had that scene of Diane and Sergio talking, so Sergio had a bit more development and something to do.
Ma'am, you know the waiters take the glasses, right?
Multiple things wrong with this whole scene. Firstly, he did not see that from across the room because on the set, the place where the glasses are is nowhere near the stage. Secondly, in the scene, Jersey says, "I won't tell," but Tracker, the voice actor, had literally said that exact same line in the last movie with the same cadence, so it's repetitive. Also, he wouldn't have been able to get up from the drums because they're fucking playing a song right now. Sins off for Mariah Carey and Holly Wheeler.
I honestly don't know how I ended up here. At first, I thought we were going to film on a small boat.
Okay, these lines are really bad. These lines are really, really bad. Addison for each line. This salad is literally rocking back and forth on the cart. No wonder it falls off later.
Just like to say, I find this night very special. Not only is this an amazing ship with amazing people on it.
Derek has no charisma.
Introducing Mariah Carey!
If Mariah Carey herself is on the ship, I feel like she would have had a bit more of an entrance than that. Also, why is Derek even hired on the ship to do the things if they have the Mariah Carey on board? Also, if they had the Mariah Carey on board, and she's gonna perform her songs, why wasn't she at practice earlier?
Oh no.
Saying, "oh no," when the Mariah Carey shows up.
Stupid piece of
This is one of the best and most iconic scenes in the movie, and to not remove a sin for each swear would be blasphemy. Sins off for All I Want for Christmas Is You.
Something huge.
Okay, he would not know that something huge would have fallen. Also, that line got cut off, so you get 2 sins for the 1 line.
Maybe it's just the weather.
Why would you think it was the weather? Fucking earthquake hit your ship, dumbass.
I'd like to announce, it is officially midnight.
Like how Derek is so unconcerned about the obvious earthquake just happened, and he's just like, it's midnight. Also, why would there be no New Year's countdown? What a waste of a party, dude. And the Auld Lang Syne scene with really good singing from Henry was cut, And the worst part, Apple was like, okay, Paddle, did you film that? After he deleted it. You couldn't have asked me if I filmed it before you deleted it, because I would have gladly filmed that. I loved that scene. That's my favorite deleted scene in the movie. Why would you cut it before I got a chance to film? Virginia told Lawrence to stay away from her and is willingly right next to Lawrence. Also, they did not have a scene in the ballroom, and they should have.
What is Hap?
What is Hap? I don't know. Also, there's no way Wilbur would be able to hear him. Okay, the Capsize scene is really good. I've got to remove 10 cents for this shit. However, I will add 1 sin for the fact that we don't see the engine room or the disco lounge in the Capsize. Come on, that would have been so cool. I like how the Capsize just pauses for a while so Jersey can get out of the way. This scene goes on for a bit too long for my liking, but it's very cool. I like how ominous it is with all the effects, so you get a sin off for that. These animation shots take way too long and they're so stiff. Ugh. Where did his clothes go? What?
I don't know, but I can't feel my arm.
That's never addressed again. A lot of you might not know this, but Jersey actually was supposed to be crushed by the piano, and it's pretty fucking obvious that he was crushed by the piano in that earlier scene, so this really makes no sense as a little cop-out to switch up the script on us again.
That was Dave.
It's not established, but Dave was this piano player that you can see in a couple of the shots earlier on in the movie. Should have been established.
It's like a freaking cemetery.
One of the best shots, like, ever. Chekhov's Mariah Carey fan.
Where's everyone else? Are they dead?
Okay, I like J2, but her voice lines are always so detached from the movies. It's insane. If I ever make an Everything Wrong with Wilhelm Gustloff, most of the sins will just be these lines.
Still have the camera?
No, it was completely shattered.
It was a really good idea to change the script so the cameras are broken. Originally, they were supposed to follow everyone around and record them, like Dylan from 2005 Poseidon Adventure. Really good idea to cut that plot point. Thank you, Apple. Earlier, I sinned the fact that Derek was, like, missing a bunch of his clothing, and although Wilbur is also missing clothing, I think it makes a little bit more sense, because it's just a single jacket, and that could be a bit easier to lose in the Capsize than your suit jacket, your vest, and your tie. And then to roll up your sleeves as well. This is one of the most iconic Mr. Apple shots ever, so obviously you get a sin off for that. Although the engine room explosion looks really cool, it was way too big of an explosion for the only consequence just to be the tree shaking a bit. I feel like it would have also broken the windows. Oh, and Donnie and Adrian would have definitely fallen off that platform. Killing Mariah Carey.
What?
Chekhov's Disco Lounge electrocution.
He's gonna be back. Don't worry.
You want to speak up a little, Adrian? You know they can't hear you.
What are you doing here, Wilbur?
This is the biggest coincidence in the history of coincidences. Also, did Wilbur not know that the boat that Donnie was leaving on was the Triton? Also, why is Donnie mad? Wilbur did watch his house while he was on the mountain. Wilbur also didn't agree to watch it for the next week while he was on a boat.
Everyone get up! Before this place blows!
Look at how much the rope is swaying! They would have no way to climb up that. Who the hell is that?
Does anyone else know who this is?
This is a good detail. It's always so stupid how in all the Poseidon movies, they all know each other by their, like, first name basis. It's, like, so dumb. So I'm glad that Mr. Apple added the meaning, like, who are you?
Should head down to the Green Apple with him when we get out.
Because tomorrow is the last day I'll be able to see him.
Why wouldn't you elaborate further? Why is it the last day you'll be able to see him? And also, wait, the Green Apple is a bar in New York City from 1915. It's funny that it was referenced here, but there's absolutely no way Adrian would know about it, or Robin would know about it, or if their destination is in fact Athens, Greece, that they would be able to go to it.
We both know it's too late. And I'm not dying alone.
What is Lawrence's plan here exactly? What does he mean by he's not dying alone? If he's not gonna go because he knows it's too late, like, he's very clearly overpowered. Is he really gonna try and kill them? Stupid. Who the hell is that?
What?
There's no way that Donnie doesn't obviously hear the explosions getting closer and warn the others. Okay, how did Wilbur get into Heather's room? We should have seen that.
I hope those morons that came in get their hair slammed to their desks and then thrown into incinerators.
Oh my gosh, it's like plan C of the script, so Apple had to add this stupid little shot of Wilbur being Chekhov's angry. I think it does make a bit of sense, but it's like, and the flirting is so bad.
Here, let me help you out with that. I was a nurse a while back.
Again, J2's line ruins the immersion. Also, if you were a nurse a while back, I feel like you would have been like helping out in the ballroom a bit more.
Wait, ow.
I like the detail of Donnie going ow in the background.
Ow. Someone needs help.
Oh, come on, Axel, you did not hear that. I don't really think the music in this scene fits.
This isn't going to hold.
Just run, dude! Oh my gosh. Stupidest death ever. Oh, okay, Wolfgang and Wilhelm Gustloff was worse, but...
You can thank me later. No, move!
Really good voice acting, though. You get a send-off for each line.
Are you talking to him or me?
Why would he be talking to you?
I think we should keep moving. It seems like it's flooding fast.
We should keep moving, and then they proceed to just stand in the hallway for another couple minutes.
What's the point? There's no more room in hell. This is possibly the worst lighting in any movie I've ever seen in my entire life.
Do we rule out the possibility of going down instead of up?
Why would you go down? Wait, what? How'd they get up in this order? They very clearly went up in a different set of people. I know it's the limitations of Roblox, but the water obviously clips through the wall here instead of spilling over the doorway. It's so stupid.
This is gonna break if I move. I'm going to die, aren't I?
Very good voice acting.
I'm sorry!
I don't know, but I feel like Jersey has enough time to get off of this thing. Very good scream. The voice acting and the direction of this scene is, questionable. Very good scream.
Dang it, Howard.
Chekhov's Tossig.
I don't think we need 2 leaders. You didn't contribute anything at the staircase. There's no point in going down. Are you?
Okay, I get this argument, and it was always supposed to be in the movie, and I think it would have been good, but it just, like, wasn't written in a way that I think worked. Like, he would not outright say, I don't think we need 2 leaders. Like, you're very clearly not the leader. If anyone's the leader, it's Donnie. He's the one that's been scouting ahead and telling you where to go. Also, hello? Your map, Sergio, is just being completely sidelined. He should be the leader. This obstacle is far too easy. The line that was supposed to play during this scene got removed for no reason.
Try pushing with the side of your arm instead.
It should not be that hard to open an unlocked door.
So this is Broadway.
This is one of the best sets in Mr. Apple history.
You know what? Sean, you need to shut up.
Ah, some more really bad lines and forced drama. You get a sin for each line, except Shut Up Diane. You get a sin off for that one. That's awesome.
You're trying to kill me! You're a waste of space!
You know exactly why I did that. Don't play stupid.
Sin off for the fight. I love this. The scene where Donnie gets his leg stuck in the girder isn't directed well enough to establish that he has his leg stuck in the girder. I have to explain that every time I watch the movie with someone as well. So you get a sin for that. What actually is the logic and the physics of the water lapping against the girder and causing it to flip up into the air? Also, the water in the disco lounge is rising at a different speed than it is outside. I like that you can just barely make out his body getting thrown around in the background, so you get a send off for that. These shots are really cool, you get a send off for that.
Do not interfere ever again!
This is debatably where the movie peaks, so you get a send off for that.
But I'm gonna have to take it from here.
Okay, where was he keeping this gun? Why would he have this gun? Why would he bring the gun on board with him? Now, I think it might be implied that Heather is the one that was, like, packaging the guns, but
Again, why would he...
I'll make sure KB&A sees all this, but nobody will see it, am I right?
Okay, you just said KB&A will see all of this, and now you're saying nobody will see it. Make up your mind! Okay, he would have definitely been really hurt by that fall. He would not just get up.
We're gonna have to wait for the water.
Sergio is a little bit too vague on where he's taking everybody, and they end up confused, just like the viewer. I think the room floods a little bit too fast, and also everyone is too trusting of the plan. Sure, they can't go back, but I think it would make a bit more sense for them to be like, we're gonna die in here, no! Also, I like how, like, the back half of the group is just not saying anything. He's clipping through the fucking railing. Okay, the set work here makes no sense. They clearly get thrown out through a hatch in the wall that opens. The pressure should open the valve. And then when they're in the engine room, there's just this random hole in the wall. Not like a one that's built in, like an actual torn hole from the capsize that the water comes out of. That makes no sense.
I'm afraid you won't be able to pass.
Okay, this makes even less sense than Wilbur's gun. Where was she hiding a double-barrel shotgun? Why did she have a double-barrel shotgun? How does she know how to work a double-barrel shotgun? Why would she bring a double-barrel shotgun onto the ship with her? And why did she rig the double-barrel shotgun? I know that Apple said that she keeps it up her anus, like, canonically. But I like that Wilbur does not seem confident in their plan at all.
You don't need to be so dramatic.
You don't need to be so dramatic. And then he does this fuck-ass walk. Bro, you're not the main character. Get out of here. Chenkov's rigged gun. Also, Desmond definitely saw her fire that from the other way around, so his death later makes no sense.
What the?
Okay, I would have done this differently if I like knew, because Apple asked me, should Adrian or Sean tackle Heather, but he didn't tell me that they would die when doing this, so I said Adrian should do it. If I knew that they would have died, I would have said Sean, so, you know. The only people doing any lines in this entire sequence are Wilbur, Diane, and Heather. Everyone else is silent, and I know that that was outside of Apple's control because of COVID or being bitten by dogs or the mother of the person that hates the internet preventing them from doing lines, but oh my goodness, you couldn't have waited like a couple more weeks. You were already behind schedule by over a month. You might as well have just waited the extra weeks for the actors to do the lines. That's so dumb.
Don't you think you should reverse your expectations?
Heather is dropping way too many hints here.
She rigged it! No!
No one even tries to get the gun back?
No.
Okay, his head is very clearly already squished way far into the girder. He would not still be alive.
2 people can't be a sole survivor, so thanks.
Say what you will about Heather, but she's not wrong. 2 people can't be the sole survivor. Oh, that is a funny shot!
Zip it.
Okay, you get a send-off for Heather's death. This is really cool. Wait, we don't even see them, like, get out of the engine room? They're just, like, walking through the thing? His leg is clipping way into the... This shot is where the movie should have ended, by the way. This twist makes absolutely no sense. If Apple wanted us to believe it, he should have put, like, Sergio in the background of one of the engine room shots. I like the establishment that they're very close to land, and you can see it.
Just all a blur.
Most of the dialogue in this scene sucks, so I'm gonna sin most of the lines that are bad. The only 2 interviews that I like are Derek and Diane. Scene does not use the original ending credits.